What was talking about?
Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. The ones we can depend on. Friends. Okay. Well, this episode is about friendship. Hey, y'all. I'm Melly Mel.
And I'm Kimmy Kim. And we are going to talk about friendships, how we navigate them, how we make new friends, and what part of our identity, I don't know, gets into that and or gets in the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
How many best friends do you have? And for each person, how long have you all been best friends? Oh, and what do you love about each of them?
Oh, wow.
I know it's a loaded question.
That is. Best friend. Number wise, it's a core group of friends. Good core of friends that I have as best friends. And if you personally know me and grew up with me, you know who they are. I have known a few of them since high school. And then I have known majority of them since college, freshman year in college. I met a bunch of the remainder of my, not remainder, I have new friends, but of my best friends. So we've known each other for decades. And just to group them all together, what I love best about them, especially at this time frame in our lives, is I don't always have to call them, or we don't have the opportunity with family, children, life and things going on. Every time we do tap in and talk to one another, it never feels like there was a time that went past. It always feels like we've just been always connected. And yeah, they're very loving. They're there. They're supportive. It's probably one of the things that I love about them. Yeah, so that's about it. What about you?
Okay, I have 4 like ride or dies.
Okay.
My first ride or die, I met her. I guess I was like in the 9th grade in ROTC. So she used to like come to my house all the time, and she used to like call my mama like mama, and then the last name. And like with her, we don't have to talk often. We don't talk often, but anytime we reach out, it's just like no time passed.
Right, exactly.
And so, wait, how old was I in like the 9th grade? I don't know, like
14,
12, 13, 14.
13, 14.
Yeah, so that long. Um, my second best friend, I actually met her before my high school best friend, but we did like dance together, but I like carpooled with her cousin, and I'm also the godmom of her baby. And so we like met back up active duty at Bliss and have been like inseparable since then. And then my other friend, I met her actually through my ex in like 2016. Like I was still in undergrad. And yeah, so her, and then I have a guy best friend who I met when I was like probably 22. So those like my ride or dies. And then what I love about each of them, my best friend from college. Well, actually, what I love about all of them is that we've all evolved together. Like we can all grow together, even if we're not growing at the same rate. And I love that all of them are not judgmental, and that all of them are vulnerable with me and allow me to be vulnerable with them. And I feel like I do this for them too, but I feel like at any point I tell them something, they're like, who you want me to beat up? Like, there's no better feeling than like somebody being like, I'm gonna go with their ass.
Right.
And also I feel like they give me advice in a loving way. And I also think that they just like definitely have my best interests at heart. And I think they like me. Like not to, like how sometimes people feel like they have to be friends out of obligation.
Yeah.
But I do think all of them like me. And I just wish we all lived together. Like I want like a family compound where all my friends there.
Same.
And like
Yep.
we just live right by each other. That's what I really want. So I've definitely lived in the same city as all of them at some point, and I live in the same city as one now.
Yeah. Moving to a new city away from even like my last best friend was tough because I am the one, like exactly like you said. We would just roll up on each other's house. I would just be laying on the floor, just talking, or like, oh, this is my little midpoint before I get home, or oh, let's run to the wine shop, or just do out of the order, not out of the ordinary, but ordinary things together, and just always having that person there. So moving here, I remember, and I've always preached this and I laugh because I always like no new friends. No new friends. I got enough. I'm good. And I've always been a person that didn't have a bunch of friends. I do have like, oh, these are my core people. It is what it is. We writing this thing out together. And like you said, never no obligations, but it's just really genuine love and connection that we have as we evolve in our years, because I'm definitely not the same person I was at 14. There are some genuine qualities about me that was still there, but I am not the 14-year-old me. So
Yeah. I think, well, I left one person out. So we're like friends in undergrad and then like stopped talking for like a few years and then kind of like came back. Um, but now I think she's kind of one of those friends who will do the check-ins. But like when I was working from home, we would like talk like every day, which I like that. But then when I switched jobs and had to be back in office, it was kind of like, oh, dang, I'm gonna miss this. But it has its pros and cons. She just got really busy, and I think, yeah, she just got really busy. But I think, yeah, most of them have kiddos too. So I don't. So I think, well, I guess it's kind of lead into the next question. But like, what expectations did we have in our 20s for friends that we do or don't have now in our 30s? And so what I was gonna say is that like, because most of them have kids, I don't not that I don't expect a lot from them, but like I just make myself available for when they have time versus when I'm reaching out to them, or like, and or getting, like, I don't get mad like if they're not available to talk about something. Like one friend, I'm like, girl, code red, code red. But everybody else, we just sometimes spend like a 2-hour phone call when we catch up, and we just catch up on everything since the last conversation. So yeah.
I think my expectation for friends are um, just to be genuine and be understanding and allow me to be me, and vice versa. Me allow you to be you. I think that's the only requirements I have. I mean, especially, I think at 20, it was probably the same thing. I hung around just the same people, and it was just genuine. And my friend groups are actually kind of interchangeable too. So there are like friends within friends as well. So and I never feel like an outsider. Like they have different connections. They may have different connections. They may talk more than we talk, and it never feels like, oh my God, that's my friend. It never feels like that. It's genuinely like we're genuine. I love you for you, and this is why, and I'm always going to be there for you. And that's how it is with each of the people that I call my best friends, my core, my close friends. So I think I had the same expectations in 20 than I did now. We just did different things, and we're going through life differently, and we live further apart, but just being genuine, vulnerable, allowing me to be vulnerable. That's it.
I was gonna say, so with my core group of friends, I don't think I had these expectations for them, but definitely for like the friend who I said like we stopped being friends and then came circled back. I remember I stopped being friends with her because I felt like she wasn't there when I needed her the most. Because when I was younger, I was like the strong friend. Like, I'm here whenever you need me. I'll drop whatever you need, even if you call me at like 2 a.m. So when we were in college, I felt like I was definitely the backbone. And all of a sudden, like, I was going through some shit, and I was like, I've never needed you, but I need you now. And I, was communicative, and she was just like, I can't be here for you. Like, I can't do what you're asking me to do. And I said, okay, well, that's not going to work for me right now. And it's not funny. It was actually quite, like, emotional.
Yeah.
And even when we, like, became friends again, like, we still kind of had to, like, unpack that and get past that. And granted, now that I'm older, like, I don't think I was asking for too much. But also, I don't think I don't know if we had the words or if she had the words or if I even had the understanding or was even willing to understand that like me not being able to be here for you right now doesn't mean I can't be here for you later.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, something similar happened last year. Not similar, but like
Mm-hmm.
somebody couldn't be there for me at a time where like I really needed them, like with
Mm-hmm.
my car accident and like I couldn't drive.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay.
And I was like,
Where you at?
and I was like, this not gonna work. And I was just like, I genuinely wish you all the best. But I think when you're like down and out, like it's just really challenging. I think it's just challenging, and I don't think that you. She didn't have to do nothing,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't have to be okay with her not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like she was going through some stuff. I was going through some stuff. Um, but the way I looked at it is that like I had what she didn't have, and she had what I didn't have, and so I like to think that I can go through storms with my friends
Mm-hmm.
without them projecting onto me or being like mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, girl, you was mean. Like, I don't want to have to confront you. I don't want to have to. I'm literally not on my last. That's an exaggeration. But when you have one limb, you don't like when you don't got no limb and all of this is
Mm-hmm.
sprained because
Mm-hmm.
somebody freaking hit me on the left side. Like you feel like you can't do shit because you
Right.
don't realize how much you need that.
Mobility you
Yeah.
need,
And I'm
right?
like, you got a car, my shit in a junkyard.
Mm-hmm.
And this may have to go to Patreon, I don't know. Cause it's like, I got money, you need money.
It's giving me the scene from Sex and the City when Miranda had messed up her neck and she needed Carrie to come and help her, and Carrie sent her boyfriend. But yeah.
And so I was just like, and it was just like, it like some stuff had led up to it. Cause me, I'm not gonna
Mm-hmm.
beg you, and I don't want to feel like I'm begging for nothing.
Right.
So when I ask you once and you don't say nothing, I'm gonna move accordingly.
As you should.
And so I guess that was recent. But other than that, I just expect people to be respectful. Like I'm just really big on respect. And also I just like people to take accountability. And also like I want to have my guard down. Like I just want to be normal, cutesy, goofy. Like I don't want to have my guard up. I don't want to have to
Yes.
be in survival mode. I don't want to be
Yes.
waiting on the next time you about to say something slick. Like I
Yes.
don't that's a lot of energy wasted. And I don't like that. And I don't like friends who are like codependent.
Mm.
Um, yeah. Or like I don't want to say who are needy. That's not the right word, but like
They always take, take, take.
yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
I get that.
Yeah.
And so that leads into, because I was going to ask you, have you ever had to break up with a friend or vice versa? So clearly you've been through
Yeah.
some of those. I've never had to break up. I've been broken up with, I guess, but it's also been younger, so it wasn't really like, hey, we can't be friends anymore. It wasn't put into nice words such as that. But it's still, this friendship was, it started in high school, and this was a really, that I consider a close friend. And unfortunately, some things transpired that it came down to family or friend. And I guess I was stuck in the middle of it. And at the end of the day, it's always going to boil down to family. At that point and at that particular family member was going to be that family member.
Yeah.
I'm bangs with her, and that's is what it is. But it hurt. Like to this day, I still think about her. I do check up on her through her family, because there's still some family I follow, and I'm like, oh, how are they doing? But that was tough. And then actually, one of my closest friends, we did kind of have like a break, if you will, and she was going through some very tough times and dealing with a situation that didn't quite allow her to be herself in that. And when I talk about being able to be vulnerable or being able to come back once you find your footing, or what you go through, what you've been through, or anything like that, this is why I love her so much, is because in everything that she went through, at the end of the day, I said, I'm always going to be here for you. I'm going to pray for you.